Welcome to another Cardano update. So just like I predicted, Cardano is currently getting a correction, but we could always go higher, and let me explain why. So as you can see, I added two support regions on the chart, and I have two of them because I'm not really sure what this here is. So this could be a third wave and it could be complete, or maybe this third wave is still happening and this is actually a 1, 2, 3, 4 setup of the third wave, which means we need another fifth wave to complete the third wave. But there's also the possibility that the third wave is already in and that we're now heading in a fourth wave move to the downside, which means that we should still get a correction, yes, but it could obviously be a lot faster than the second wave move down right here. And then after that, we should get a fifth wave as well. So either way, whatever scenario you believe in right now, I still think we will go up in the short term no matter what. So if we pump right now and we go above this third wave high right here, that will turn into a 4 or 5 setup, and yeah, that would only mean that the third wave has stopped here, and then we will go in the fourth wave that we need right here. And like I said, either way, it's a bullish scenario, so there's nothing to worry about right now. Keep in mind, the third wave already went above the 2.618 extension, and like I said many times, that's not really surprising considering the fact that this is a third wave, so of course it can overshoot, but still, we will need some kind of correction at some point. And as you can see, we are currently still overbought on the 4 hour. Now, of course, we are not as overbought as we were up here, but still, we could still get a correction to cool off before we continue, and a correction would actually be healthy right now. Now, if you look at the 1 hour chart, the 1 hour has cooled off a lot more than the 4 hour, and this is actually starting to look like an A-B structure, which means that if we get rejected right here, let's say, then it's very likely that we get a C wave before we continue going to the upside. Now, let me talk about the support level right here. So this support zone, which is this right here, the smaller support zone, is for the alternative setup, which is that maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, and this is the support region for the fourth wave right here. And this is the fourth wave of the third wave, which would mean, like I said, that the third wave is still happening and that we are heading in a fifth wave after we get the fourth wave. So this is the support region for that. And the other support region is the support region for the other scenario, which is that the third wave has already topped and that we are in the main fourth wave right here. And we'll know what happens with this. We'll know what scenario this is if we drop below the 0.786 support level right here, and honestly this is very unlikely to happen, so I don't think we will find out which scenario we are in until we actually top and until we actually start going down. So yeah, like I said, either way it's bullish, so it does not really matter in the short term. Now of course, if you want to trade this still looks like an A-B structure like I said, so if we dropped like this extension right here, which is the 0.282 extension, which is also exactly at the 50% extension of the other scenario, and if we get a pump right there, then that could be the low of the fourth wave. But this could obviously turn into some kind of WXY, WXY, WXY structure, and it could take longer, because if you can remember, the second wave moved down right here, took about 5 days or so, so if the fourth wave takes the same amount of time, then do not be surprised. But also there is some kind of hidden rules in crypto. Well, not only in crypto, but in stocks as well. So if the second wave move down is long and boring, usually the fourth wave is not as boring and as long. So maybe this means that this will happen in the next day or so, and then we get the fifth wave and we start going up. So what happens once we get these 5 waves? Well, once we get these 5 waves, then I will be able to confirm that this A wave right here is in, and this will be the A wave of this C wave that I'm still tracking, and I have been waiting for this C wave for a very long time now, and finally we are getting it. Now, of course, I cannot confirm that we will finish it, but so far we have gotten the A wave, well, almost the A wave. And yeah, we will still need a B wave after this, which should be pretty consider it correction, but nothing too crazy. Maybe we will test the bull market support band, like I said, because as you can see, we are currently above it. And here we got rejected by it, and we have been below it for many, many months now. So if we test it and we stay above it, then it's very likely that we continued pumping to like $2. Well, I think that's too much, but like $1 by the end of the year, and then to like $5 to $8 by, let's say, May or June of 2025. Also, if we do get this A wave, that will confirm that the B wave right here is in and that we are heading in a C wave. So if this fails right now and if we go down right now, it would not confirm that the B wave low is in. Now, of course, that's very unlikely to happen. As you know, Bitcoin dominance is still going down, so yeah, I don't think Cardano will get a correction, and honestly, it should not get a correction. It has been in this second wave move down for way too long, and we need to get some kind of move to the upside to confirm that the second wave move down is in, and that move needs to happen fairly quickly, and by that, I mean it could happen this month if Bitcoin dominance continues going down. Now, what would that look like? Well, it would need to be a 5-wave move, and so far we only have the 1-2 setup of that 5-wave move, and the A-B structure of the third wave of that 1-2 setup, which means that after we get this A-B-C structure done, that will only complete the third wave move up, and then after that we will still need a fourth wave move down, and then a fifth wave move up, and only that will confirm that the second wave move down right here is in, and that we are heading in a main third wave move to the upside. Now, there are some coins that already got the 5 wave up. As you can see, Dogecoin is one of these coins. So it should look something like this over here. And yeah, I would not be surprised if Cardano got something like this very quickly. As you know, Cardano, when it starts pumping, it doesn't stop for a long time. So if we get something like this very, very soon, I would not be surprised. And this is what it should look like. I also have thought about the Bitcoin dominance chart. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance just got to the trend line that I have on the chart. And as you can see, it's currently reacting to it. So we'll see what happens with this. We also went to the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart. So this is a bit concerning because if we start bouncing right now and if we start going up, it could be bad news for Cardano because, as you know, when Bitcoin dominance goes up, Cardano goes down or actually goes sideways. So if we start going up now, then it could be the case that we get another high on the Bitcoin dominance chart in the next 2 weeks or so before we get the real correction that I'm still waiting for. Because, as you know, Bitcoin dominance always gets a correction in November. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when in November. So, in the last cycle, it happened at the end of November. So we were still pumping and we were still putting new highs in the first 2 weeks of November. And then all of a sudden we dropped from about 67% dominance to about 60% dominance. And that happened in the last 2 weeks of November. So yeah. This could be a fake out right here, so be careful. I also want to look at the Bitcoin chart for a second. So as you can see, Bitcoin is still doing absolutely nothing. Now, I don't know why this is happening right here, to be honest with you. It's a bit, let's just say weird, because we still need Bitcoin to get to about $80,000 to complete this 1-2-1-2-1-2-1-2 setup. And I know that sounds funny, but it is what it is. And after all, we still need to get to that extension very, very soon. And honestly, I think what's happening right here is only happening because Bitcoin dominance is currently going down. So if we get a short-term pump on the Bitcoin dominance chart, I think that would make Bitcoin go to about $80,000 to complete the third wave right here. And then we get the fourth wave move down, and that's when Bitcoin dominance starts going down again. Now, I also want to look at the ADA Bitcoin chart. As you can see, we had a pump recently. It was a huge pump. Well, not a huge pump, but it was definitely the biggest pump we have gotten in like a year. So this is something you need to watch as well. As you can see, we kind of got rejected by the bull market support band. So like I said, if we want to stay bullish, then we kind of have to get above it and we have to stay above it. So yeah. Also, we had a cross right here a couple of months ago. So usually what that means is that we're about to go up. But these crosses do not really work on the ADA Bitcoin chart. So we'll see what happens with this. Now, if we get another high on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and if we go to like 62% or so, which seems very unlikely, but if that happens, then it is very likely that we get another low on the ADA Bitcoin chart as well. So yeah, that's all I have. Make sure to check out our memberships and our Patreon if you want to support the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.